welcome back once again to the network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey. Today we're going to talk about tennis, boys and girls tennis program here at Bradley Central, and being joined today by our head coach, Franklin Elrod, and he's got some young players he'd like to introduce. And Franklin, Coach, glad to have you here today.
Hey, glad to be here.
Hey, glad to talk about any time we can promote your tennis program here. Introduce these guys. Tell me who you got here today.
All right, I got my trio of seniors here: Emma Bates, Justice Green, and Nate Cross.
All seniors for you there.
All seniors.
So Nate, have you played at Bradley? How long have you played tennis before Bradley or in here too?
I've been playing since 8th grade year. Played all my years of high school, and a little bit outside with my family.
Where did you start at in the 8th grade? Who were you playing for then as a middle school?
Lake Forest.
Lake Forest there.
Yep.
Justice, how long have you been playing? I understand now you're pretty new to the tennis. You didn't play until you came to Bradley?
I didn't play until I came to Bradley. I started my 9th grade year.
Was it an easy sport to pick up for you?
No.
No.
But I worked hard, and it's.
Well, that's the name of the game, you know. You've got to be good. You've got to work hard for that. And Miss Emma?
I started playing either in 3rd or 4th grade is when I started going to summer camps.
Yeah.
And then I played in middle school for Ocoee, and I've been playing since then. So.
All right. Well, Coach, tell us about these guys. What's their strengths and weakness, I guess, or what do you see in these guys? They're seniors, and you brought them today for a reason. It must mean a lot to you in the program.
Oh,
here.
I love these guys. I've been with them for 4 years, so sometimes they hate me on the courts, but
that's for any coach, though.
I hope there's a bond there that lasts forever. But Emma's has been with us for 3 years. She came from that school across town that we don't talk about.
Okay.
And she's my number 3, and she's been solid. You see the red hair, so sometimes you see a little bit out on the court too. But she's a good tennis player. She's taking lessons, and she's a competitor. She likes to win. So Justice over here, gosh, I could write a book about Justice. But she came as a freshman, green, just like her last name, green as she could be. But she, like she said, she has worked her tail off, and it's unusual for someone with no tennis experience to come in and be able to break in to the top 6 when you've never played before, and she's done that, and she's earned it. And both of these young ladies won their singles matches in our first match, which was Monday. So it was really cool. We've got Samson down there, we like to call him because of all the hair. We don't let him cut his hair because we're afraid he'll start losing, but he's just steady. He puts the ball back in play, and he makes you make a mistake, and that wins most high school tennis matches. So he's been a joy. He's been an interesting personality to be around, but that's what makes him who he is.
You brought up a good point there in tennis. You know, you've seen some people. You know, if I went and played tennis with my wife or somebody, it'd be lob it back forth. But your goal in tennis is to put it where the other guy can't return it. That's the key. You know. You mentioned the other guys make mistakes, you know.
Oh, I'd say 80 to 90% of the points won in high school tennis is off of your opponent's errors, or you lose the points off of your errors. Even though we've got some really strong tennis players, even if you watch the pro circuit, you're going to see more points won is off another person's error versus someone's. So it is its placement and making them move and figuring out your opponent's strengths and their weaknesses and going at that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's like any sport there, I guess. You know, tennis the same way. How long have you been here as the head coach?
5 years.
5 years. So you came from when we had tennis courts that were almost unplayable.
Yeah.
To the point where you got state-of-the-art courts out there now. Man, what a change.
You know, we practiced out there probably. It was like taking your life in your own hands about every practice. Going out there, you know, if you was going to step in a crater. But yeah, we're blessed to have the new nice courts. We did some colors on them that nobody in the area has, so we think we got something special out there, and I'm so happy for these seniors who are getting to play on them for the first time, or for the first full season, because at one time we didn't think that was going to happen. So it's kind of cool they get to be the first senior class to play on the new courts, and we're supposed to have our first home match today, but obviously it's not looking too good right now with the weather. But tomorrow we'll be hosting Walker Valley. So
that may be your first official home match then. Who are you scheduled to play today that may
Northwest Whitfield.
Northwest Whitfield, out of North Georgia there.
Yep.
Let me ask you, how big a difference is it playing from those old, or practicing on those old courts and coming to what you have out there now? And those things are beautiful out there.
They're really nice. The old courts they had these crazy cracks in them, like 7 inches wide. Like you step in and you're risking your ankles breaking. The ball hits it, it's flying out. And now we've got these nice courts. It's great.
Justin, do you play singles or doubles or both or
I play both.
both?
Yeah.
How about you, Nathan?
Yeah, I play both.
Both. And Emma?
Both.
So are you match up? How do you match up doubles partners? I mean, as a coach, what do you figure out? Well, she may be a 1 or 2 or 3, whatever, but she plays better with someone else, or he plays better with someone else. Or how do you match those up?
You have to do that way sometimes. I mean, sometimes you may have your 1 and 2 playing together, and your 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, but it really is about how you play together and how you work together.
Yeah.
You got to have that communication with each other, and you got to be able to help each other out. So a lot of times you may see a 1 and a 4 as a 1 doubles, or a 2 and a 5 as a 2.
Whoever's most effective as a team.
Yeah, because your 1 and 2 may not be better at doubles than your 3 and 4 sometimes. You know, I've had years when my like 2 and 3 are better than my 1 doubles. It's just where their strengths are and where they fall. Net play versus baseline play.
Okay, Emma, when you're playing doubles, do you play up, you play back, or how do you rotate that? Or
I prefer to play back because I feel like I'm better at hitting the ball longer than volleying at the net. So I prefer back, but I could do volleys as long as I don't.
How about you, Justice?
I prefer playing back. Like, I'm not super confident at the net, but I try really hard, I guess.
Well, up front, you got to have really quick reflexes to
Yes.
get the ball back, or to keep from getting your head knocked off, I guess.
I'm afraid of getting my head knocked off, so sometimes you'll see me like go all the way down to like,
And you're not a big girl. You're real petite in size. And Sampson down here, you know, you like playing back and hitting them long balls. You like playing up.
It really just depends. If I'm in singles by myself, I stay back most of the time unless I have to press front. But in doubles, if I'm up front, because you know, if one person's back and one person's front, I do pretty good in doubles most of the time.
he's really good at the net.
He's what?
He's really good at the net.
Oh, is he?
He does.
Well, that's good. Coach, how does, if I'm coming in, I'm an 8th grade, I'm coming into Bradley next year, let's say, how do I get involved with this program? What do you need to see, or is someone of interest, or you've seen kids play at middle school, I guess, in a lot of cases? And
I've been to several of Lake Forest's matches. I try to go watch them play, try to build some relationships with some of those kids, and Coach Lee down there is doing a great job at Lake Forest. So building those relationships, getting them up here early in the summer to work out with us. We hit during the summertime a couple times a week, and we hit after fall break. We go 3 days a week. So yeah, and just encourage them to come out. You know, even kids that haven't played, if you're athletic especially.
it's like Justice, you know?
Yeah.
She hadn't played.
Well, I had a couple of friends that played at Lake Forest, and they kind of brought me over to tennis.
That worked out pretty
I'm
good.
glad. I'm glad.
We stole it from track, didn't we?
Yeah, they stole me from track.
Sorry, Coach Frazier.
They stole me from track, and they stole
Yeah,
me
we
from
want to ask Coach
football.
Frazier about that. How many kids you have in the program here altogether?
We have 19 right now.
And what's the break? Is it heavy senior laden, or is this just the 3
This is my
seniors here?
seniors right here, yeah.
So you got a mixture of all first, second, third, and fourth year students.
Well, if you look, the boys team's very young. I mean, we're sophomore heavy. We got one junior, and we got 1 senior. So
Well, that can be a good situation too. You know, maybe they're inexperienced, but hey, you want to have for 2 or 3 years to coach them up there.
yeah, so we're excited about that. The girls team, we're a little more senior heavy this year. We got a junior, but so we got some experience there. But next year we'll be kind of rebuilding a little bit in the girls program. Got a couple freshmen coming up from Lake Forest, and the girls got 2 or 3 freshman boys that I'm excited about coming up from Lake Forest. And you know, hopefully we'll get some
Just gotta keep
surprises from some other areas come in to help out too, because there's definitely going to be some opportunities next year, definitely in the girls program with seniors leaving. And we've actually had a couple that didn't come back this year that would have been seniors. So there's spots there, and the boys, you know, there's opportunities. There's opportunity for if you compete and can beat somebody out. Then I don't care if you're a freshman or a senior. You're going to play.
I've heard that by every coach up here. I think, hey, if you can play, you can play, and disregard the grades or whatever there. What's your schedule look like right now? You've played the 1 match yesterday.
Monday.
Yes, it's Wednesday, and you scheduled today. Maybe get bumped due to the weather, but then you got Walker Valley coming in tomorrow.
Yeah. We're usually 2 to 3 matches a week, most weeks, up until the first part of May when the district is. TSSAA increased our match capacity from 16 to 22 this year, so we're playing a few more matches. Boys are going to Murfreesboro and playing in a tournament middle of April. So we're excited about that. The girls, the tournament was the same weekend as prom, and me having so many young boys, we were able to take a boys team. But my senior girls just wasn't willing to give up prom for a tennis tournament. So.
Every year we have prom conflicts with sports of all kinds.
Yeah, we
in
used
the
to have a
spring
prom with the
sports.
file, don't we?
Yeah. I don't understand that. Why would you want to go to a dance when you can play sports or something, you know? But I know.
Well, you see how pretty these girls are, so I'm sure they had the boys knocking down the...
Yeah, but you know what? They'll have to take that whole day off to get prettied up even more, you know.
I'm sure they'll take Friday off, and
The nails and the hair and all the stuff and to get the dresses just right and so forth. But
are you guys going to tell me you can't practice the Friday before prom?
of course,
I don't know.
your class breakdown. You said you're heavy in the seniors. You know, you're not heavy in seniors. You've got 3 seniors here, and that's it on the team. So, but you've got a group coming up that's going to make you improve.
I think so.
Improve there.
I think so.
Okay. What's the fun part about playing tennis? I always like to ask this question because I'm going to ask you what's the hard part next. What's the fun part about playing tennis?
Fun part is building relationships with our teammates
Mm-hmm.
and our coaches and stuff like that. It's like team bonding and being able to feel comfortable around your team.
Do you play against coach sometimes and get out there? See, get out there with you, and you probably smoke him good if he does.
Every once in a while.
I've never personally played him, but some of them have.
Yeah.
I find that when I get out there and play on one court, I'm not getting to watch the other 5 courts practice. So as much as I want to be out there hitting some days, it's difficult.
Oh, that's right. You have 6 courts out here now, right?
Right.
All right. Boy, that's a huge improvement from what's gone by. And obviously in tennis, like a lot of sports, there's a lot of moving around. A lot of you got to be in shape. In other words, do you run them? You make them run to get in shape, or is it on their own? Or
We condition on days
Condition.
like this. When
Yeah.
it's raining, we'll be in the gym after school. We do a little bit of footwork. But for the most part, I'm expecting them to just work hard in practice and get their conditioning by pushing themselves in practice.
what will your postseason look like? What's the format for that, and where will it take place, and when will that be down the road?
I can't think of the exact date. I know it's the first Friday in May.
Okay.
And then the following Monday is our district tournament. So we have a weekend to split up, so the people that advance from Friday to Monday will play again Monday, and then if you can finish or get to the finals of the district, then you'll advance to region with a chance to advance to the state tournament. That's just tennis is kind of individual when you get to that district part. As far as the team part goes, you have to win the district outright for the regular season
For the team to go.
to go on to the region. I'm kind of prefer to have a district team tournament at the end of the season to determine that, because you just, sometimes you have injuries. I think the team that's the best team at the end of the year should be the team moving on. Whereas, you could have started the season slow and
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you improve.
And
It's
some
sort of like
districts do
golf and wrestling, the team may not go as a group, but individuals
Yeah.
who come in higher or win it
Yeah.
can go ahead and place and move on then.
And some districts actually have a team tournament at the end to determine their champion. Our district does not do that, so that's something that I've sort of thrown out there in hopes that we could possibly do that.
Well, okay. And where will it be staged at, the district tournament? Is there a particular place it'll be set up to?
We usually play at the Champions Club in Chattanooga.
Okay. And who is in our district? Is it the local teams here that we know, Bradley and Cleveland, Walker Valley, and those groups?
Yeah, Bradley, Cleveland, Walker Valley, Ray County, and McMinn County. Our district changed last year. We lost a couple teams from the Chattanooga area that used to be with us, and so we had 7 teams. We dropped to 5. Sequoia is actually in our district now. But
Really?
they don't have a tennis team, so.
They're in the district, don't have a tennis team.
Exactly.
Now, will your district change next year, like baseball and basketball's
Yeah.
going to change?
We play under the small school, large school
Oh,
format.
okay.
So as far as I know right
You'll
now,
say
I think
okay.
ours is staying the same.
Okay. Well, guys, it's been fun having you here and talking about tennis and all, and wish you the best of luck. Stay off. Well, you don't have to worry about the injuries because of the court conditions now.
Yeah.
And a big thanks to the school board and everybody that made that happen. It's been a long time coming, and it's nice to have a surface like that to play on and prevent injuries.
Yeah, I think we're actually going to dedicate the courts next week on the 30th for one of our home matches.
Oh, really?
So,
We'll come on out for that then.
yeah, come on out and see that.
So today, this is being recorded Wednesday morning, so today's match may be due to the weather, which is pouring rain outside right now.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
But tomorrow afternoon, we'll have Walker Valley here. What time will that match start?
Between 4 and 4:15.
Okay.
Of course, this wouldn't be the first time I made my players get out in the rain and hit tennis balls, but
Probably not a lot of fun though, is it, guys?
They think I'm crazy sometimes.
Hey, you got to get to practice in, though. Practice makes perfect, you know.
Yes.
Well, Coach Franklin Elrod, thank you for being here today. Emma, Justice, and Nathan, thank you guys for coming too. I know you're anxious to get back to class right now. So we'll wrap this thing up here and let you do what you need to do here. But thanks again. Best of luck. No injuries. Coach, keep them rolling. We'll try to talk again later this year.
Sounds good.
Till next time, for Bradley's tennis program, Coach Franklin Elrod and 3 of his players here, this is Gary Ownbey saying so long for now, and God bless, and go Bears and Bears.